Okay, so we are live. I am getting ready to get us set up on Instagram first, Shonica, and then I will do a formal introduction to you, welcome you, and then we'll go
Okay.
from there. So let me try to do this live on Instagram. I don't have
Yeah,
nearly enough experience
that's okay.
in
It don't have to be
doing
perfect. Your 10
these
times.
lives. They're just so annoying. Okay,
I won't know really until
how
she go live
to
to see what my angle look like, even though I'm behind the computer.
land
Towards me.
TC clients
The phone, tilt the phone towards
as a newbie.
me. Okay. Let's just keep it there. Touch the screen for me. I need you to hang for a second till I go live. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I didn't know you can do a filter on the
On the live.
on the live, honey. Okay. All right. Am I live on Instagram? I believe I am. Sabu, can you tell me if I'm live on Instagram? Hey, Facebook user. There should be a link on Facebook that gives you instructions on something to click so that we can actually see your name. Right now, it only shows you as a Facebook user. Um, Let me check my comments with Sabu to make sure. Sabu, can you tell me if I'm live on Instagram? Thumbs up. Okay, got a thumbs up on Instagram. Okay, hey Instagram. Okay, I'm super excited today. I'm coming to you live on here, Instagram, also my Facebook group, the Work From Anywhere movement, my Facebook page, YouTube page, and LinkedIn to give y'all some tea on how to land your first client as a TC. I am excited about my guest today. This young lady came to me in July of 2021. She joined the TC Playbook. And when I tell you, she has not looked back. She's been in business almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years, I guess. And I won't say in July because I know we'll talk about it, but she started the course in July. But what I find with my most successful students is that they start the course, and during the course, they do all of the modules. And while they're finishing the modules, they're completing things to get their business started. So by the time they're done with the course, their business is launched. So she probably had her business launched by the end of the summer. And by the end of the year, she had 4 clients. Now she is very popular on Instagram. She has a lead generating Instagram page where her followers are engaged and they are giving her business because she has entertaining and educational content that she shares. So we're going to talk about all of that and hopefully just kind of encourage any new TCs, any new business owners out there that are feeling stuck or that are just not as confident as they should be. We are going to hopefully give you some encouragement today. So I am getting ready to actually add her.
Courtney.
Are you able to?
Sorry. Sabu said you're no longer live.
Okay, it looks like I'm live.
See in the chat box. I'm not sure.
Your followers are. I don't understand. Live got ended. Okay. Don't know how that happened. So let's try this again, y'all. Sorry if you guys are on Facebook and YouTube and on my other channels, but I'm trying to get this YouTube or this Instagram together as well. I'm live on Facebook. Thank you for letting me know. You guys engage from wherever you are. Let us know where you're checking in from while we are working on this live. Please let me know where you're checking in from and let us know what you hope to get out of this course today.
Okay. He says you're live.
So I am going to land your first client. Okay. We're going to try this again, guys. Stick with us, please, please, please.
Right, please.
She said I was live and then I got up. Okay, now I'm live. Land your first client on, land your first TC client as a newbie. Okay, it says I'm live. Give me a thumbs up if I'm live on Instagram. It says I'm live again. All right. Hey, Instagram. Okay, he's joined. Thank you guys for joining me today. I am super excited. I am going to be, hey, Tiffany. We are going to be talking about how to land your first TC client as a new transaction coordinator. I am excited about my guest today. She came to me in July of 2021. And in that time, she has grown her Instagram from 0 to a lead generating machine. All of her followers are engaged. She gets the majority of her clients from her Instagram page. So I'm excited to hear what she has to say about how she nurtures her clients and how she actually gets clients using her educational and entertaining content on Instagram. When she came to me in July, I knew she was going to be successful. And let me tell you why. Number one, she asked a million questions before, during, and after. She started the course in July, and I would say by August she was launched. And by December, she had 4 clients. So we're going to talk about that with her today. And I'm hoping that she really drops some good gems, some good tea. We are not gatekeepers. We are here to encourage new TCs, and just any new business owners who may be feeling stagnant or may have a lack of confidence about how to move forward in their entrepreneurship journey. So without further ado, I am going to add her. She's requesting to be a part of my live. So I'm going to add Shonica Swain of Cinch Transactions to the live. So everybody, let's welcome her. She's going to be joining here in just a second. I just accepted her request. Shonica, did you get the request?
I get it.
I am super green when it comes to IG Live, so please forgive me.
Hi.
Hey. Okay, we did it. Okay, so
we did success.
So we're on IG, we're on Facebook, we're in my Facebook group. Okay, I'm getting.
I'm gonna turn it down so it won't echo. Hold on. Okay, there you go.
Okay. All right, so I'm live on Facebook, Work From Anywhere movement. It's still giving me feedback. But is it giving you guys feedback? Let's see here. Maybe I need to. What do I need to do, Sabu? Because we cannot have this. Turn off one volume. What about now? Hello.
Hello. Are we good now?
I think we're good now. No? Okay, Sabu, turn off one volume. I don't know what that means. I turned off my phone volume.
Okay, my phone volume.
My phone volume is off. Life of Koya says it's better. Is it better on your end? It's better, but there's still an echo. He said both of you. You turned your volume off.
Okay, what about now?
Hello?
I turned one microphone on.
I think it's better now. This is annoying. I hate to do this. Let's see. I wasn't expecting this, Sabu.
Okay, what about now?
They say you're good, Shonica.
Okay, it's on your. Okay.
Is it on my Instagram live? Hello? Turn on the Shonica. I don't know what that means. Okay, guys, I think we might be good. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me get one more thumbs up and then I'm gonna keep going. You're not helping, Sabu. I don't know. Unmute. Now I'm muted. Okay, you're both good. Somebody says we're both good. Okay. So sorry about that, Instagram. So I've got Shonica, and if you guys missed it, she is a former TC Playbook student, well, forever student, because one thing about it is we have to be forever students, forever learners. But Shonica increased her book of business in her first 4 months from zero in July of 2021 to 4 clients by December of 2021. And now, almost 2 years later, she has grown her Instagram page into a lead generating machine. I mean, her clients love her. They find her on Instagram through her educational and entertaining content. And so she's going to tell us all about how she does it, how she nurtures her clients, how she gets the clients in the first place and all that good stuff. So without further ado, hopefully I am going to introduce Shonica Swain, owner of Cinch Transactions, to my live today. Thank you so much for being with me. I think you might be muted, so I probably will need to mute maybe while you're talking. I'm not sure.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here and share the gems that I have to help other potential transaction coordinators. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. So the first thing that I want to kind of ask you is what led you to want to start your TC business in the first place? Because there are so many people where you are now, like at a crossroads in their life, trying to figure out what they want to do with regards to entrepreneurship. And so tell us a little bit about what led you to decide to even get into this business.
Actually, it was the purchase of my first home. My husband and I and my kids, we were looking for homes, and I became very interested in the process and the documents and everything that was being required. And as you know, I asked questions about everything. So
yes, you did.
Yes, I was just very inquisitive about everything that was going on, wanting clarity, calling the lender all the time, asking questions. And to be honest with you, I always knew that I wanted to start a business, but I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So interestingly enough, the lender who I currently work with now, and at that time, my lender for my home, she was like, "You are really good at documentation. You are so," like, I've been doing this for over 15 years, and I've never had a client where I can say, I need X, Y, and Z, and before I can hang up, I have it,
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, that's a skill set. And she's like, have you ever thought about real estate? And she was, and I thought I hadn't. And she was like, you should look up a transaction coordinator. That's all I'm going to say. You'll do your due diligence, which she knew I would research. And then I started looking into it. And once I got back to her, we had a conversation, and I said, where do I begin? I would love to get more interest about it. I'm sorry. Hold on.
That's okay. That's more business calling you.
Right. So I asked her, to give me some, I talked to her a little bit about transaction coordinators as she works with them as a lender, and she referred me to your page. And that's when I looked into your page. And I think I sent you a couple messages asking questions, and then I signed up for the next course. So that's how I got started.
Well, thanks, Miss Linder. I sure appreciate you. That is amazing. So now that was going to be my next question, is what led you to the TC Playbook? But it was a referral, and I thank you so much. I don't know that we ever really talked in depth about that. So thank you to the lender. That's another thing about being in business is the connections that you make. Absolutely. I may or may not know this lender personally, but that's why you need to keep going. Like when you're making content and you feeling like nobody is looking at it, for instance, I just had to start a whole new page. My page had almost 5,000 followers on it, and it got deactivated and hacked last month. I'm starting over.
Right.
I have to keep going, even if I only have one person that saw my video. Like I have to keep going because somebody is watching.
Absolutely.
And so that's a testament to that as well. So thank you to my lender referral. I really appreciate them. And so you said you didn't have any previous experience. You pretty much wanted to get into this because you bought your first home years prior, and
Right.
because of kind of how you handled those documents, you kind of felt like this would be a good move for you. But how did you feel even after the lessons? You did ask a lot of questions with the teachings. How did you feel about it when you finally did land your first client, or when you were trying to even go after your first client? How did you keep yourself confident when it was time to talk to the clients when you hadn't done your first transaction as a transaction coordinator yet? How do you deal with imposter syndrome?
So the first client that I actually approached was my agent who actually helped me purchase my first home. My first thought was, who do I know who's an agent? And although as the class provided me with so much information, I knew, and as you said, I'm not going to know everything, but I knew that I could rely on either the you have that group page. I can ask questions. I had a great relationship with my agent. So she actually had her for quite some time because I wanted to know what I was doing to ensure, that I wasn't making any invaluable mistakes. Because, you want to make sure that everything is accurate before you reach out there and just go try and get all these agents. So I went with the first agent was the agent who helped me purchase my home. The second agent was another agent who I knew was an agent, and I just reached out to her. And she was like, perfect timing. I actually need a transaction coordinator. I'm overwhelmed. I would love to, let's do this partnership. So those were the first two clients that I had before I reached out to other agents. And they were both very, very busy. They're very high producing agents. So they kept me very busy. And if there was anything that was in error, anything that needed to be corrected, they let me know.
Mm-hmm. And I've always said this. People, even on the real estate space, people love to buy leads, or they want to know how. They want the easy way,
right?
Or what they think is the easy way, which is, how do I get leads? Can I buy them? Can I do this or that? And my first lesson to mentees is always sphere of influence.
Mm-hmm.
Sphere of influence. These are people that already know, like, and trust you. These are people that are warm to you. You may not know them personally, but like your lender friend.
Right.
This person, I'm not sure who it is yet, so I may know them, I may not. But I'm saying, like, I warmed them up somehow.
Right.
They feel like they knew me enough to refer somebody that they care about to my course.
Right.
And so always go after your sphere of influence. Always go after somebody that already knows, likes, and trusts you. Because also you went with your agent that you worked with before in the purchase of your home. So she actually told you that you should consider becoming a TC, right? Is that right? Did she say you?
The agent, my first agent?
Yeah.
She actually had a transaction coordinator.
Right.
But we had a great relationship, and things weren't going great at the time that I went into this. So it was like perfect timing. And the reason, so anyway, so it was perfect timing. So yeah, that's how I came about.
So but the beauty of that is you didn't have to like feel like you needed to fake the funk and be, like, oh, I've been doing this. She knows your history already. She knows you. She believes in you.
Right.
She knows what you're capable of. So she's more apt to give you some grace and kind of give you a few tips and pointers so that you can only get better in your business. So that's another reason. I mean, everybody knows a real estate professional. I don't care what market you're in. I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like everybody knows somebody in real estate or adjacent to real estate. And so they should be able to then use those people as a part of their sphere of influence and go after those people first. People that already know you, already like you, already trust you. So really good stuff. Now, did you ever have a time where you felt any imposter syndrome, even though the first two, they were warm leads, but after that, you started to go after colder leads, or you started accepting discovery calls from people that didn't know you that well.
Absolutely.
So when you started any of your first transactions, did you make any mistakes? Do you feel, or do you feel like you had any confidence issues at all that you want to share?
Absolutely. So, I was gonna be honest. The two agents that I had are beasts. So they were like they want me. I don't like this is how you do this. This is why I do this. You know, they were anything that they thought that I didn't know. They put that knowledge into me, and that was excellent. Right. And then the lender, of course, who am I referring to? They utilize her as well. So we're great friends. She knew me. So on the lender side, she was able to educate me from that standpoint of what does a lender actually need? Why does, what, those type of things. So by the time that, let me just say this, a lot of people can have a pretty Instagram page and you can have all of these things that can look nice and pretty, but you have to, in my mind, you have to know the work. You have to know what you're doing before you go out there and reach out to other agents. Because as they always say, bad news spreads fast, So I wanted to know what I was doing and be confident in what I was doing. So once I started posting things on Instagram, and like you said, I was brand new. I wasn't getting a lot of attraction or anything, but I heard someone say, well, don't delete your reels. Because I was like, well, nobody looked at that. Let me delete it, But that reel or that video continues to go. So even if you posted that 3 weeks ago, you may look back at it and like, oh, 200 people looked at that. But when I looked at it a week, maybe only 7 people looked at it. So I stayed with those two agents for some time before I launched out and started recruiting additional agents, because at that time I felt confident from having those two agents, having the Facebook group, where, and used to see me in the group at 10 o'clock at night. Screenshot.
Yes.
What is this?
Yes.
So felt like I was surrounded with help and assistance if I ever need anything.
So that's what I feel that the TC, well, that's why I started the TC playbook. I just saw my mentor come in. I don't know if she's still in here, Yakira. But when I first got into real estate, before I even became a transaction coordinator, I was scared to death. Hold on. They said Shonica is going. Okay, she's back. All right, you're back. You're good. Okay. But when I first got into real estate, I first got my license. I quickly linked up with my mentor, who's top producing agent. She was just on here on Instagram, Yakira Price. Shout out to you. But she was training me, and somebody can tell you how to do something all they want, but it's like, how do I'm nervous because I don't know how to say something. I'm a Virgo, so I'm very meticulous, thinking that it's deeper than what it really is sometimes, right? That's my toxic trait. So, when I would sit in the office with her, one thing I was scared of was talking to people. That discovery call, that consultation call, like, what do I say? And then she's telling me that I need to ask these people, do they have enough money? And I'm like, what? How do I say that?
Right.
But just being able to absorb what she was saying and the flow of her calls, that gave me the confidence. So when I started the TC playbook, I knew that I wanted it to be 3 parts. I knew that I wanted, there's plenty of TC programs out there that will have the self-led video. And generally, I'm good with that. I don't really, I've enrolled in courses that were thousands of dollars where they promise you a one-on-one that I never even did, or, these things that are very high value that I didn't do. I just wanted the information. So you have students like that just want the information. They just want the videos. But I know that there are students like you and the majority of my students who also just need to know that they have an army behind them if needed.
Mm-hmm.
If they need something like at 10 o'clock at night, you like, I'm in MLS, and I'm not sure why you can barely hear me, Shardavia. This is going to be definitely shared live. This will be on my YouTube as well. So if it's a little fuzzy on Instagram, this is our first time doing it on Instagram, and I'm not feeling it so far. So I don't know if we'll be using Instagram. But anyway, I'll be sharing it with you, Shardavia, because I think you're also on my email list. So what I was going to say is, I don't remember now. What was I talking about?
Yeah, that threw me off.
Regardless of it all, let's see. Let me check my comments. You guys still with us? Okay, Crystal says, yes, we're still on. They can hear us great on YouTube. Y'all need to be on YouTube. That's the best, I feel, the best platform. Okay. All right. So
you remember where we were?
I don't remember where we were. So we'll just about having an army behind you. Yeah. Having an army behind you will give you the confidence that you need to just do it. Just go ahead and make the call, because you know that if you have a question before the call, that you got somebody in the background that's willing to kind of give you the information. So, you know, and I also do that when I share my actual live discovery call videos.
You did.
Because I want you to share. I know that it helps me to just be able to hear the flow of a call.
Mm-hmm. And then I think too, with the discovery call and with any person that wants to be a transaction coordinator, you come into your own once you become very comfortable. Because initially you have a script of like, I should ask this, I should have asked that. But once you become a little bit more comfortable and seasoned, then you'll create your own flow of what's comfortable for you, you know? So it's just, like you said, just takes confidence in yourself, you know what I'm saying, when speaking to your clients. Or potential clients.
Yeah, all I heard was potential clients. You were breaking up so bad on Instagram. I'm not sure why it's doing that. But you're right about setting your own tone for your discovery calls. For me, what it helped me do is come up with my own cadence for my calls. So just hearing how she did it, like, oh, that's all you have to do. Thank you, Sabu, for sharing that. If you guys want to go on YouTube, there's the link there. Hopefully he can maybe pin it. I don't know. Let me see. Can I? Yep, I'm going to pin that comment. But yeah, so I was able to come up with my own discovery call cadence, you know, but to be able to kind of hear how it goes, just that automatically takes your confidence up a level. So for me, that is kind of why I do what I do. So I have the first part is the videos. The second part is the community. You can, you know, communicate in a community at any time and get an answer fairly quickly. And then once a month, I meet up with my students, no matter what stage they are in the course. They actually get live training from me, live time from a mentor. So I haven't seen any other courses that way that are able to offer that for other people. So I'm glad that you were able to do it and kind of see success in it. You had one of your clients on here was like, you're the best. So that's a good sign. So other than delivering A1 service, you know, that's obviously keeping your clients coming back. Is there anything that you do in your TC business that you feel has kept them loyal to you to the point to where they're able to come on the live and say, yay, Shonica?
I'll be honest, I'm just genuinely me. The one thing that I think I learned when I do a lot of my consultations, they, you know, like you say, they see me on Instagram, they're like, I love your personality. And who you get on Instagram is who you get on the phone and who does your transactions. I'm not something different for Instagram. I'm comfortable in myself. So, when you go on social media, just be yourself, be comfortable in who you are, be comfortable in what you want to present, and what information you want to provide. I get a lot of, sometimes messages from other TCs, like, how do you come up with your content or things like that? And I actually just think of daily things that happen in the business. And I'm like, I'm gonna do a reel about that,
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
I just stay humble. And like I said, I'm comfortable in myself. I don't look at, other, pages as competition. Say, well, let me emulate that. I just am who I am. And I think and I absolutely just think that's a winner.
So do you, like, when you're thinking about your content and like reels, like coming up with the reels that you actually take from, because you have trending music, you have trending reels. How do you decide what to use for that?
So I have a 17-year-old here who loves, of course, Instagram and TikTok. So she knows every trending song, what's going on, what's new. So she's really like the person behind social media, being honest. She's like, oh, mom, that's lame. That's not even, nobody's using that anymore, and it changes so much.
Right.
And sometimes I have to bring her down because she loves the dance videos. I'm like, I don't want to dance this time. Like, let me just do, I don't want to dance all the time,
Right.
So, that's what we do. We go through TikTok, we go through what do you call it? Instagram, but mostly TikTok. And I don't look at real estate TikToks. That's the thing too. I don't look at things that are necessarily specific to my business. So I can see something that's totally real estate, not real estate, but I make it real estate,
Mm-hmm.
So that's like one of the gems that we do. I don't ever look at TikTok real estate.
Yeah. And another gem is that TikTok is the trendsetter. So they get the trend first, and then it comes to Instagram.
Right.
So you're doing the right, or she's doing the right thing, and you're doing the right thing by hiring. I hope you're paying her good money to edit your videos and be your social media content manager, because you can also write those expenses off for your business.
Absolutely.
So that is a gem. Get your LLC started and start writing all of that stuff off. Unless you're trying to buy a house, then you don't want to write everything off.
Right.
But get your LLC and put your kids to work, and anything that you have them do, write that off. The other gem was that TikTok content is quicker or more popular than Instagram. The TikTok sets the trends, and then Instagram follows. So always see what's happening on TikTok first and pick those. And then her other gem was that her TikTok, I'm sorry, I got another message. I'm getting distracted.
That's okay.
Your other gem was that she does not look at real estate TikToks or real estate content. She looks at what's trending, possibly, and creates her content off of that. So that's a gem, guys. Make sure you're listening. Also, the other gem is, don't worry about how many people have seen your videos, how many people have seen your reels, how many people have seen your static posts.
Yeah.
Post what you want, but be strategic. So what I mean by that is, people want to work with the person these days. It's not so much about your business. Typically, in what we do, you kind of are your brand. So like she said, she's her, I'm me. Whatever you see online is what you get on a discovery call, is what you get when I'm doing your transactions. So, you still want to have some part of your personality in your branding, because these days your branding is not your logo. It never has been just your logo.
Right.
But logo and business cards is not making money. Stop being so concerned about your logo and things that are just inconsequential to your business and to your income and to you actually moving the needle in your business. I don't even carry business cards. If I do anything, it's going to be electronic, where I have access to the other person's email address so that I control the communication. Because if you're waiting on somebody to reach out to you, it may or may not happen. But, until they tell you to stop reaching out, then you have a lead. Okay. So that's a few gems there. Stop focusing so much on non-income producing things like business cards and logos. Mm-hmm. We're not Nike yet. I'm not saying you can't one day be Nike, or you can't create a brand that's going to be a household name. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying if you want to start, you just got to start. Mm-hmm. And if you're stuck on what your logo is, and if you're stuck on your colors, I change my colors like every 6 months. It's like, I change my colors when it comes to like my social feeds and things like that. Like, we're not stuck with one thing anymore because we're an online business. Mm-hmm. So like, we're not going out buying 10,000 reams of letterhead, and we have to use that branding, because if we don't, we've wasted our money. We're not trees in this business. We're able to do whatever we kind of want to do with it. And you are the brand. So be yourself. Think of things that are relatable to other people. Mm-hmm. What do you have about yourself that's relatable? I'm relatable because I'm a mom out here trying to balance motherhood and a business and a husband, and trying to have fun in and around Atlanta, and just trying to do all the things. And a lot of women can relate to that. So what is that one thing about you that somebody can relate to? It could be the same things. You're a mom. Okay. That in itself is relatable to other real estate agents. Although I have a lot of male clients in my TC business. So I'm not sure what I actually should ask them. What I think for most of the male clients that I've gotten have all been referrals, either through my brokerage or through other agents. So they don't necessarily find me on social media. But if you're trying to attract through social media, look for something that's relatable. When you're thinking about the content that you want to share, make sure that it's educational and entertaining. If you're going to look at what's trending, look at TikTok first, because they get the trending stuff first. And then share it also to Instagram and Facebook and all of your channels. Also, I would like to say, pick a platform and master it. Or try to master it as best as you can before you start adding other things to mm-hmm. that. Would you say that, Shonica?
I would, because I'm still, like, I love Instagram, and I'm just now starting to work on my Facebook. So I'm now sharing what I posted on my Instagram now to my Facebook, but I never actually entertained Facebook initially. But now I am. Now I'm sharing them both places.
Mm-hmm. Right. So she's pretty much mastered Instagram, like I said. And it's not about how many followers. I think you have 1,200 followers. That's right. Great from zero. But it's the quality of your followers. You have mm-hmm. your followers inboxing you, asking you questions, whether it's about the business or whether it's about hiring you. Like, your followers are engaged with you and with your page. They like your personality. Like, that is, I don't care if you only have 50 followers. Like, now at 219 followers, my quality of followers are better than they were at 5,000 followers. Mm-hmm. Because my 5,000 followers have been with me through different life changes. I've had that page since like 2014. That's before I even got into real estate. So you've right. got those followers, you've got celebrities, like all of these things mm-hmm. before I learned the algorithm, and before the algorithm became what it is now. Mm-hmm. And when you have that many followers, it's hard to start trying to unfollow people or mm-hmm. trying to figure out the strategic way. So the benefit of me having to start over is, yeah, I only have 219 followers. Woe is me. But I feel like the followers that I have now are more engaged with what I have to offer. I have strategically identified better kind of what I'm about in my bio. I am, majority talking about, my coaching and stuff like that, even though I still sell real estate and stuff. But I feel like my previous page may have been confusing because I was trying to do all the things, sell real estate, coach, try to get TC clients. I had to pick a struggle.
Right.
So the struggle that I'm picking is TC clients and TC coaching clients on my Instagram page. And I guess for selling real estate, I'm gonna have to figure that out because I'm not doing another Instagram page. So I think I'm gonna sell real estate to my Facebook page, which are more personal people that already know me and like me and trust me. So that's the strategy. So you guys have to start thinking about that when you are starting your social media pages. What social media page do you want to start with first? Don't try to master all of them at one time.
Yeah, that's
so good. Well, you guys, we're not gonna keep you guys too long. It's 5:42. If you guys, I would like for you guys to actually subscribe to our YouTube channel. The link was shared at the top. If you guys have access to YouTube, go ahead and subscribe so that you can see the replay without all the static. Because I think that Instagram, we have to figure out some more stuff with Instagram. So I'm sorry to the Instagram audience that may have experienced feedback and stuff like that. We are so sorry. This was some good information though. So I definitely want you guys to be able to get all of it. Are there any questions? We're going to open it up for a few minutes for questions. We still have we have viewers still on Facebook. We got some on YouTube. Let me know, guys, if you guys have any questions that you would like to ask Shonica or myself that we can answer about either social media, marketing in general, client attraction. I see some hearts. Thank y'all for giving us
a lot of hearts. I'm like,
woo-hoo. We appreciate it. While we wait to see if we have any questions coming in, I want to also invite anyone who is interested in getting into the TC business. I do offer a free training, and the next one will be coming up. And to get access to that, you just need to go to the tcplaybook.com/launch and learn. If you're tuning in from Instagram, you can just type the comment roadmap in the comments and you'll be able to get the RSVP so that you can register for that. So far, I don't see any questions, but I still see y'all are on here. Are you guys thinking of some questions to ask us? Because this is what I find that every aspiring business owner is concerned about, is getting clients. And here you have a TC who I would say she's still fairly new. It'll be 2 years. It'll be 2 years. I mean, 2 years.
Yeah.
But still, you've done a lot in a short time, but you'll still be considered a newbie. So, okay, we've got some questions coming in. I have 2 clients, but they want me to do more admin work. So did you start off offering admin work? Because it sounds like it might be a misread or miscommunication of your marketing. Yeah. Are you marketing yourself as admin or TC? Like, I am very clear, and I taught Shonica as well. You have to be very clear about what you offer. So I taught what I know. So as a mentor, you teach students what worked for you. And that's all. I don't teach nothing that I don't know that doesn't work for me. And so what worked for me was the transaction coordinating is my signature program. That is my main offering. As an add-on, I offer listing management, and I do certain things with that. Shonica may do different things in her listing management package, but those are 2 separate things that we offer, but are still tied into each other. I absolutely do not do admin or social media. As a matter of fact, Shonica has a great post, and I did have a great post at one time on my old page where we talk about the difference between a TC and a real estate administrative assistant, a real estate assistant. They are two different roles. And agents don't know that. It's up to us to explain that to them with our messaging, with our marketing, with our brochures, anything that you offer that shows your services. It's important to kind of show that. So she says, how can I keep them as clients but not do the admin work? So that's one way. But I don't know now. You didn't already accepted them as clients. I feel like I have 2 good leads, but they've been 100% non-responsive to texts and emails. Is this normal, or are they ghosting me personally, do you think? So it sometimes takes like 5 to 8 communications for somebody to make a decision sometimes.
If I can actually add, I think too, with being honest, sometimes an agent will do a consultation, but they may not have the actual leads or the transactions at that time. So I've noticed with my experience, some agents, they'll do the consultation, but they may not have any transactions at that time. So when they have the transactions, they'll say, hey, Shonica, I'm ready to move forward. I have these 4 clients that I'm getting ready to list or what have you.
Right. And so what I recommend and what I instruct is during your discovery call, find out what kind of pipeline they have. And that way you'll know when to communicate or not to communicate. So during your discovery call, a part of that should be tell me about your business and be quiet and let them tell you about it. Make sure y'all check out my YouTube video on that, where we talk about the discovery call. But that's one of the steps is tell me about your business and be quiet. And in that, well, what is your pipeline? They'll tell you kind of what they have coming up and things like that. Sure. And so you'll know whether or not to expect an immediate contract or one in the future. But she's saying that it's the discovery call she's trying to schedule, met them at a real estate networking event. So what I do also is I don't control manually the scheduling. So I recommend having a system for this. You have to create a system for everything. So there's a system for when you meet a client and they seem to express some interest. You have to have a way for them to contact you, not calling you and not emailing you. I use a system, a scheduling system. So something like Calendly or Acuity, something where the person can have access to your calendar. So you set up your calendar and you create a link and you'll send them a link to this Calendly scheduler. So your email should have a call to action. I'm not sure if it does or not, but your email would have a call to action that says, hey, we met at this networking event. It was so great to talk to you. You mentioned that, X, Y, and Z. When would be, I've attached my scheduler. I would love it if we can set up a call so that we can discuss how my company can help you increase your gross commissions this year while working less. Like, it needs to be you need to sizzle something, and it needs to be a call to action. And then after that, so that's step 1 of your system. The second part of your system is, okay, after so many days, no response. Okay, hey, just following up, until they tell you to stop reaching out to them, basically. That's how leads work. Until they say, no, shut up, stop calling me, they are a lead. So that's how you do that. For like who leads. I wouldn't say that it's normal. I like having some kind of lead magnet. And by lead magnet, I mean, like, my scheduler is my lead magnet. So I don't know if I'm not the best when it comes to networking events. I just got to be honest with you. I'm more online marketing person. And so with online marketing, when I share something that's educational and that's entertaining, at the end of all of your captions, there needs to be a call to action that says, hey, let's jump on a call to see if we would be a good fit, or let's jump on a call so I can, show you how I can help your business increase the commissions while working less. My scheduler, the link is in the bio. that is kind of, I prefer that method. And usually people will contact you from that. So somebody says, how important is email marketing for the TC business? So I think email marketing is important. However, if you can find the time. So as a new TC, you're a solopreneur. You're doing everything yourself, and paying for an email automation system may not be the best use of your time if you're still trying to even build an email list. So the way that you can build the email list is using something like the Calendly or the Acuity as your CRM. CRM is a customer relationship management system, but it keeps track of everybody's email. They have to put their email in order for them to get the call with you. So that could be considered a low-key customer relationship management system. Another way is, whenever you meet somebody, like at a networking event or something, you can use your own email, email like Google or whatever you use as your CRM. All you have to do is just create folders with the person's name, and just every communication that you've had with that client, you will put it in that folder. So email marketing is important as you grow, but I think in the beginning as a solopreneur, it's about the messaging and the marketing and building the list. And then once you've, built a list, then you can start with email marketing. What do you think, Shonica?
I would agree, I would agree. So when he says email marketing, I'm assuming he's referring to like newsletters and things like that. Is that what he's referring to? Okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would absolutely think, I don't know where they are, but if he has a lot of clients at this point, that would be great. But as a new TC, I wouldn't probably go that route yet because you're not known yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could go either way. If you're good at that, then by all means, like do the marketing that feels good to you.
Right.
That's gonna work though.
Or I don't know, or if you can target, I don't know, like I haven't done that myself. I've heard that maybe you can target certain areas, like if you can direct it to go to certain locations or certain people or what have you, then that might be beneficial then. Yeah, that might be beneficial.
Yeah, but also I don't really believe in spending a lot of money up front. As you know, before you start making money, you don't need to be super investing money to me. That's just my opinion. That's the beauty of this business, is that it's very low overhead. It can be really low if you really want it to be really low. But I mean, I like automation, so I'm gonna pay a little bit for certain conveniences.
Services. Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't. So it just depends. It just depends. If you have access to real estate agents' email addresses already, you better figure out how to do an email marketing plan. They were like, "Oh, we should get together." Blah blah. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I don't like networking events. People in your face, like, and you're still kind of. What I find with the TC business is that you don't have to sell it. Like you really don't have to sell it when it's online. When I'm at networking events, I'm kind of selling a little bit because I'm like, hey, introducing who you are, and well, we should, I don't know, you're still the one reaching back out to them after the event and this and that. Whereas when you do online marketing correctly, they are reaching out to you. You're not reaching out to them. So you already know that they're interested in your service. And when you already know they're interested in your service, it makes it a lot easier to have a discovery call. Really, the discovery call is for you to see if you want to work with them. Like it's like, just when you switch it like that, and I wish I could see your name. It just says Facebook user, but when you switch it like that, it changes how you approach the situations. When you have, it's like you have more control over the situation versus feeling like you're being ghosted and things like that. So take some of these tips about online marketing I think that's going to help you. And like your messaging, take any messaging about admin out. As a matter of fact, you need to add messaging about how the differences between a transaction coordinator and an admin are. Does cold email work for the TC Biz?
No.
I ain't gonna lie. I am actually a realtor myself. And there's this company that has been sending me cold emails that are kind of like, they're like, is your TC crap? Like, basically, it's just like, so, and I'm just like, first of all, how did you get my email? Because I need this list too. I actually responded to them. I said, how did you get my email? Am I on some kind of list? And they were like, I really don't know. We've been doing this 15 years. And I'm like, okay, so you're not gonna tell me where the list is. Because I was responding as a real estate agent. So he didn't know that I have a TC company. So I'm not gonna unsubscribe because I want to see everything they're sending me and my clients. But those email lists cost thousands of dollars. People don't pay that kind of money if it doesn't work, So, maybe cold leads work in their favor. I'm not sure. I don't know about cold emails. I personally am not somebody that likes to sell. So therefore, I believe in relationships. So I don't ever want cold leads. That's why I enjoy online marketing, because they feel warmer to me, because you're seeing me on video. You feel like you know me. I feel like I know you if I follow you. And by the time we get on a discovery call, it's like old friends. That's the kind of leads I like. I'm not trying to get on a cold lead where I have to convince somebody that they need a TC or convince somebody that they need to work with me. I really don't want to do that. The work should speak for itself. What I'm telling you about what I offer should speak for itself. Somebody is asking, do you have a way to send out blast emails? There are a lot of platforms for that. There's one that I checked out called Send in Blue. And that one I felt was really felt like it would be easy, like an easier platform. But again, I don't be having time. A lot of my stuff comes from word of mouth. I've been doing it a long time. I've worked with some great agents, and I get a lot of referrals through that, also through my brokerage. But I am finding that in this season, things in real estate, period, are we're experiencing a shift in real estate. So real estate is still happening. Don't get me wrong. Like, real estate is still real estating. But I'm finding that some people, like, I guess in this season, I have to do more than just rely on word of mouth. I have some clients that have dropped out of the business to do something else, or you know what I mean? So I have to have I'm finding that I have to have more of I have to have more than one way to skin a cat. It can't only be online. It can't only be networking. It can't only be cold leads. So I have been tinkering around with like some email marketing, some newsletters and things like that, some different lives just for real estate agents, and, just trying to come up with things like that. So that's one platform you could use, is Send in Blue. It was fairly inexpensive and it was fairly easy to use. I'm big on easy to use because trying to learn something new and do the work is a lot. That's what I get as well, the cold emails, and I look at what they're sending me. Exactly. Because, like, how did you get my name, first of all? Like, I need the list. Like, share. They didn't tell me, though. So, any more questions, Shonica? Any more questions for Shonica? Any more questions for me? You guys have been so great. I appreciate you all for being on the call. If you're checking in from Instagram, please make sure that you are also following us on YouTube because the video is a little bit clearer on there. Okay, so it looks like that's all of the questions we had. Shonica, I want to thank you so much for being on with me today. We have been wanting to do this for a while. And so I just feel so blessed that you came on with me and shared some of your tips because, you are at a place where a lot of people are that are trying to, or you're not far removed from it where you don't remember,
right,
how it was, and it was just 2 years seems like a long time, but it was a short time ago.
It was.
It
And
flew by.
you're right. Thank you so much for having me on. Thank you so much for, I was happy to share gems with everybody. Don't get discouraged. Just take one day at a time. Be yourself. That's the best advice I can give. Stay humble and be yourself. Do not look at anyone else's Instagram and say, "Oh, I want to do what she's doing." Do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best advice.
That is great advice. And it goes back to one last thing: mindset. Mindset. Your mind will tell you things that's not true. Facts, feelings are not facts. My husband, who's a therapist, tells me this all the time, and the kids. Feelings are not facts. So if you wake up one day and you feeling low, like, I'm not doing well, or I don't know what I'm doing, or this or that, you don't have to know every single thing about real estate before you get your first client. You don't, especially if you have a mentor. If you have a mentor, you're in there. But you don't have to know everything, but your mindset you need to check that. You need to check your mindset when you do get successful and you're still working from an employee mindset. Like, for instance, you mentioned, one of the viewers mentioned that they had clients that were using them for admin stuff, and that's not what they do. The mindset shift is you don't have to do that. You can say, hey, we're taking another turn or whatever. Try to come up with if you truly don't want to do the admin work, try to find a good real estate admin that you can refer them to, and then start really talking to them about the transaction coordinator side. So that's my advice for the day. I hope y'all found value in this, and we're going to go ahead and log off now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Courtney, for having me again. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for being here. All right.